We are a duet acting team from Trinity Christian Academy. Pygmalion by George Bernard Shaw is a story of Henry Higgins, a professor of phonetics who makes a bet with his friend Colonel Pickering that he can successfully pass off a Cockney flower girl, Eliza Doolittle, as a refined society lady by teaching her how to speak with an upper-class accent and training her in etiquette.
No, no, no. This is a girl I jolted down last night. She's no use. I've gotten all the records I want from this Grove lingo, and I'm not going to waste another cylinder on it. Be off with you. I don't want you.
Don't you be so saucy. You ain't heard what I come for yet. I come in a taxi, I did. I ain't come here to ask for any compliment, and if my money's not good enough, I can go elsewhere.
Good enough for what?
Good enough for you? Now you know, don't you? I come to have lessons, I am, and to pay for them too. Make no mistake.
Well, what do you expect me to say to you?
Well, if you was a gentleman, you might ask me to sit down, I think.
Pickering, should we have this baggage to sit down or shall we throw her out of the window?
Oh! I won't be called a baggage when I offer to pay like any lady. I want to be a lady in a flower shop instead of selling on the corner of Tottenham Court Road. But they won't take me unless I can talk more genteel. He said you could teach me. Well, here I am, not asking any favor, and you treat me as if I was dead. I know what lessons cost as well as you do, and I'm ready to pay.
How much?
Now you're talking. I thought you'd come off it once you saw a chance of getting back a bit of what you chucked out me last night.
Sit down.
Oh, well, if you're going to make a compliment.
Sit down! Oh! Won't you sit down?
Don't mind if I do.
What is your name?
Eliza Duet.
Eliza Duet, too. And how do you propose to pay me for the lessons?
Oh, I know what's right. A lady friend of mine gets French lessons from a real French gentleman for 18 pence an hour. Well, you wouldn't have a face to ask me the same for teaching me my own language as you would for French, so I won't give more than a shilling. Take it or leave it.
You know, Pickering, if you consider a shilling, not as a simple shilling, but as a percentage of the girl's income, it works out fully equivalent to 60 to 70 guineas from a millionaire. Figure it out. A millionaire has about 150 pounds a day. She earns about half a crown.
Who told you I...
She offers me 2/5 of her day's income. 2/5 of a millionaire's income will be somewhere around 60 pounds. It's handsome. By George, it's enormous. It's the biggest offer I've ever had.
60 pounds? What are you talking about? I never offered you...
Hold your tongue.
But I got 60 pounds!
No one's going to touch your money. Someone's going to touch you with a broomstick if you don't stop your sniveling!
Ow! One would think you was my father.
If I decide to teach you, I'll be worse than two fathers to you. Here.
What's this for?
To wipe your eyes. To wipe any part of your face that feels moist. Now remember, this is your handkerchief, and that is your sleeve. Don't mistake the one for the other if you want to become a lady in a shop. It's almost irresistible. She's so deliciously low, so horribly dirty.
Oh, I ain't dirty. I'll wash my face in my house before I comes, I did.
What's life but a series of inspired follies? The difficulty is to find them to do. Never lose a chance. It doesn't come every day. I shall make a duchess out of the draggle-tailed gutter snipe. Oh! Yes, in 6 months, in 3 if she's a goody and a quick tongue, I shall take her anywhere and pass her off as anything. We'll start today. Now, this moment. Take her away, Mrs. Pierce, and clean her. Monkey brand if it won't come off any other way. Is there good fire in the kitchen? Yes. Take all her clothes off and burn them. Ring up Whitby and someone for new ones. Wrap her up in brown paper till they come.
You're no gentleman, you're not to talk of such things. I'm a good girl, I am, and I know what the likes of you are.
We want none of your listen-grown prudery here, young woman. You must learn to behave like a duchess. Take her away, Mrs. Pierce, and if she gives you any trouble, wallow her.
No! I'll call the police, I will!
By George, Eliza, the streets will be strewn with the bodies of men shooting themselves for your sake before I'm done with you. Months later, Eliza had successfully passed herself off as a Duchess at the ambassador's ball. However, her success leaves her feeling empty, as she now realizes that her time with Henry Higgins has come to an end. She's nowhere to go. Good night. Put out the lights, Eliza, and tell Mrs. Pierce not to make coffee for me in the morning. I'll take tea. Where are my slippers?
There are your slippers in there. Take your slippers, man. You never have a day's nothing.
What on earth? What's the matter? Get up. Anything wrong?
No, nothing wrong with you. I won your bet for you, haven't I? I don't matter, I suppose.
You won my bet? You presumptuous insect! I won it! And what did you throw those slippers at me for?
Because I wanted to smash your face! I'd like to kill you, you selfish brute! Why didn't you leave me where you picked me out of? In the gutter? You think heavens is all over, just so you can throw me back there now. Do you?
Ah, the creature is nervous after all. Would you, claws in, you cat? How dare you show your temper to me? Sit down and be quiet.
What's to become of me? What's to become of me?
Oh, I know what to become of you. What does it matter what becomes of you?
You don't care. I know you don't care. You wouldn't care if I was dead. I'm nothing to you. Not so much as them slippers.
Those slippers.
Those slippers. I didn't think it made any difference now.
Why have you begun going on like this? May I ask if you complain of your treatment here?
No.
Has anyone behaved to you badly? Colonel Pickering, Mrs. Pierce, any of the servants?
No.
I don't presume you pretend that I have treated you badly.
No.
I'm glad to hear it. Perhaps you're tired after the strain of the day. Won't you have a chocolate?
No, thank you.
This has been coming on you for some time now. And I suppose it was natural for you to be anxious about the garden party, but that's all over now. There's nothing more to worry about.
No, nothing more for you to worry about. Oh, I wish I was dead!
Why in heaven's name, why? Eliza, listen to me. All this irritation is purely subjective.
I don't understand. I'm too ignorant.
It's only imagination, low spirits, and nothing else. No one's hurting you. Nothing's wrong. You go to bed like a good girl and sleep it off. Have a little cry and say your prayers. That'll make you feel comfortable.
I've heard your prayers. You think heavens is all over?
Well, don't you think heavens is all over? Now you are free. You can do what you like.
What am I fit for? What have you left me fit for? Where am I to go? What am I to do? What's to become of me?
Oh, is that what's worrying you, is it? I shouldn't bother about it if I were you. I should imagine you won't have much difficulty in settling yourself somewhere or the other. Though I hadn't quite realized you were going away. Might marry, you know. You see, Eliza, all men are confirmed old bachelors like me and the Colonel. Most men are the marrying sort, poor devils. And you're not bad looking. It's quite a pleasure to look at you sometimes. Not now, of course, because you're crying and looking as ugly as the very devil, but when you're all right and quite yourself, what I should call